Hey guys, J-Man here. Today, yes, oh my gosh, it is the second last episode of the Space Opera Versus. Today we're going to be talking about 4 movies. We're just going to get it done because we all kind of already know, and I know which one we're going to do first, just to kind of get it out of the way. Because out of the 4, it's 2 and 2, and one of them's I think a clear winner. So we'll just kind of go through it, but um, that's going to happen right now. And then next week, so 1 week from today, is the final. So the last 2 movies, we're going to conclude this. It's going to be epic. If it's the 2 movies I think it's going to be super epic. And then we're going to do some other verses, just regular stuff. And then we're going to do, I think we're going to do fantasy next. So Sean and I have been doing the Days of High Adventure. So that was last night. So we're going to continue that as well. And I've got a few more shows lined up. Not this Monday, no, this Tuesday, Steve and I are going to be doing our wrestling talk. Wednesday, we're going to be on the Action Elite. I'm going to be talking about Die Hard and talking about the villains of Die Hard, and we're going to try to kind of rank the villains of Die Hard. Thursday, we're taking the night off, so nothing next Thursday because we're going to see Avatar in 3D. Yes, we're giving James Cameron money, even though he's been a goof lately. We're giving him money for who he used to be, not who he is now. And then Friday, we'll be back for the remainder of this. And the week after that, I'm going to be on Clobberin Times on Monday. We're going to be talking about another Bob Haney comic. I've already read it. It's bloody awesome. It's Brave and the Bold, number 148. Batman teams up with Plastic Man, and it's Christmas. So it is absolutely insane. So we're going to talk about that. I love these Bob Haney. I hope this becomes regular. I hope it's a regular thing because I love doing these Bob Haney comic books. But okay, guys. So we've got to get this started up. So I've got the full panels here today. So let's start bringing them in one by one.
Hello.
Hey, Sean.
So.
All right, we're just gonna break one at a time here, just in order of the screen. No, in no particular order. Hello, Charlie.
What's happening, boys?
And we got one more. Where is that? Where is that? Hey, Steve.
Hey, J-Man. Hey, Ben.
All right.
Jennifer Lawrence. That's all I gotta say.
Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, we'll make fun of that for a little bit. So usually the first half an hour of this program is dedicated to talking about the movies and all that. But we've talked about these movies so much already. If you have missed any of these, there is a playlist that I've done. Oh, I should add this to the playlist now that I'm talking about it. It is on the playlist. So I've got a playlist here for all these space opera ones. So you can go through and see all of the crazy stuff that we went through.
The journey, yeah.
The journey.
Especially that first episode. Woo!
Yeah.
We started out hot. That's all we can say.
Yeah, it's the most tension-filled 4 minutes.
Yes, I know.
It's like it's great. It's
yeah. No. Okay. So let me start getting. So we've got space. Let's do Raiders versus Hunter. That's one of them, right?
Yep.
And so I actually put the wrong link up before because I actually had Forbidden World in there by accident, which is weird. And then it's going to be Yor and Outland, right? Outland.
Okay. Yorkland.
Yorkland. Well, we were talking backstage. I never realized this because I just found this out the other day that Jennifer Lawrence was in fact the first ever female action star to have a movie. I remember as a kid watching like action movies. I remember seeing other females, but I guess I may have been wrong.
You were mistaken.
I own about I'm close to about 3,000 movies. I'd probably say, 1,000 of those are action movies, and out of those 1,000, there's probably like maybe 50 or so, that are female-led action movies. But I guess I'm wrong. I guess that collection is wrong. I guess all of this it doesn't prove
No,
anything because
they're right. They all say Jennifer Lawrence on them though.
Yeah.
With the cover over, it's Jennifer Lawrence. That's
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
She
You should
even
see
played
her
Coffee
IMDb.
in the
Yeah,
1970s. So yeah,
yeah.
she
Yeah.
aged, she aged remarkably well.
It's Hollywood. It's Hollywood, man. We got deep
she
fake.
was she
we
was
got
playing
AI.
Patrick Jones.
Yeah,
So,
we
yeah.
have
Patrick
all of that.
Jones.
You know, she was amazing in Star Crash. That's all I can
Right.
say.
Yeah.
Those outfit changes all the time. It was great, man.
Like, and we're gonna be like, what about Bionic Woman? Like, how far back do you need to
Well,
go?
it's TV though.
Oh,
that
that's
doesn't
the
count.
it's TV. It
Yeah.
doesn't count, right?
Yeah.
TV is filled with strong women like fighting guys. It's like what was the name of that Tia Carrera one? Treasure
Yes,
Hunter.
Treasure,
Whatever.
Relic Hunter.
Relic
Relic,
Hunter.
Relic
What was that
Hunter.
like?
was
10
on that.
seasons or something? It was on forever, man.
Yeah.
Like 1941, exactly. What about
Yep.
Sheena? Man, there's that old Sheena show too. There's been like
Yeah, the
3 years.
50s one. Yeah.
Jesus
It was all
Christ,
Jennifer Lawrence, man.
It was just
I don't know what's so difficult to understand here, guys. It's on the internet. It's true.
I'll be the
Yeah.
old man and say this. These guys have the sum
doing that.
total of human knowledge at the palm of their hands.
right.
It's very simple to look anything up.
So I've got Supergirl as
When
my
you
as my screen.
God,
No,
man.
that's Super Lawrence.
That's
Come
Super
on,
Lawrence,
man.
yeah.
Get it right, damn it.
Yes. There you go. Oh my God. Sorry, oh God. I've come up with so many Jennifer Lawrence things now based on this. She is such a tool.
She's great.
I did like Joy. I liked that movie Joy though, actually. Sheena, Red Sonja, I know.
Yeah.
Hey Phantom, hey Could Not Be Reached, and hey J-Man, my favorite name
That's right.
on the internet.
You know, when Chuck Norris was born, that Jennifer Lawrence was his nursemaid.
Yeah, little known fact, Jennifer Lawrence is Chuck Norris. So every time Chuck Norris was the star of a movie, it was really her.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
It was
my
her
God.
beard on the screen.
Yeah. There was a Phantom Lady.
She was
cereal?
just had her back turned the entire
There you
time.
go.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll have to look that up. That's cool.
Oh my God.
Oh, Phantom, man, you're killing me here. I did not know this at all. I thought I was like a pretty good serial master.
Wasn't the Whip of Zorro that starred a woman? No, it
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
Zorro. It was a woman. Yeah.
No, Zorro. Yeah, that's what's her name? Jungle.
Yeah.
Jungle Lady. No, Tiger
I
Woman.
have it
Tiger
somewhere
Woman.
in my shelf.
Yeah, Tiger Lady or Tiger. I keep saying I say everything lady, but I always say Tiger Lady, but maybe Tiger Woman. I just sometimes say lady to be funny.
Yeah.
Right? I love the Tiger.
Sounds like a 50s thing to say, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Or
love
40s
Tiger
thing to
Woman.
say.
That was a great serial.
Curse of the Tiger Lady. I'd watch
Yeah.
that. It'd be pretty cool.
I gotta check this Phantom. It was weird. Oh, okay. Yeah, you got me. 'Cause I was like, holy shit, what the hell? Like, I did not know that this one. Like, I've got like literally.
J-Man just panicked.
Yeah, I panicked.
That's
I
it.
did panic. because
Buy
I
now,
know
buy
what-
now, buy now.
Yeah. No, I'm part of the Serial Squadron Facebook group. I've been there for ages. I know the guy. I buy my cereals. Sean gets them from like we get them from that Serial Squadron guy. He's
Yeah.
I've been trying to get him on the show.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I'm working on this. He's like, he's like, okay, I'm doing the Crimson Ghost or whatever. Right after that's done, and I'm like, yeah, that's out. He's like, shit, I just got the rights to this other thing. I'm like, all right. I was like, this is like
He's
never
busy,
happening.
man.
It's never happening. Plus,
Quit
he's
distracting him, man. Like, I want
Yeah.
to get more
you
cereal.
want to get more
movies, man.
serious. Yeah. He's an older gentleman, so he's
Yeah.
not the best on social
Yeah, technically
media,
adept. Yeah.
right? So
yeah.
it's like you'll text him, and it's like 3 years later, it's like, oh hey, I got your text. Like, what the hell? Like, who are you? Like, I forgot.
He's doing the Lord's work, though. It's like no one's restoring these.
The Lord's
so,
work.
Yeah.
It is.
Well,
Poor
no,
guy.
it's true. It's like restoration, man. Yeah.
Poor guy's only 3 years older than us. You guys keep calling him an old man. Jesus.
Who's older?
I was like, this guy's only like 3 years older than us, man.
Oh,
Who's
no.
the old man?
I'm an old man.
Yeah.
Sean, you are the resident old man. We'll let you have it. The man
I
who
mean,
naps
it's-
during crawl.
He
He's
always
always
kids
like
at school to
6.
get off his lawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you? Wait, are you guys younger than me? I can't remember.
I'm
We're all
42.
the-
I'm
well,
older
that's
than all of you.
it's a
I'm actually
technicality,
old,
Jason. We're all the same age.
Yeah, but I was born in August, so
I'm probably the oldest then.
Nope.
No,
No, you're
Steve-
the
By you
oldest.
by
Steve's
one
the
day,
oldest.
man.
Yes, by one day. Yeah,
Zorro's Black Whip. Yeah, that's the same as Tiger Woman.
yeah,
I can't remember that girl's name, but she looks very good.
yeah. Zorro's Black, and there's no Zorro.
And there's- well, who cares? This is the one time
It's
where I
his
did.
whip, though. You know, there it is.
Listen,
It's in the title, Sean. Jesus, it's Zorro's whip.
It's like the hat of Indiana Jones. It's like, oh shit, Indiana Jones is like, no, it's his hat.
No,
Man.
it's just his
like,
hat.
listen.
Just the hat.
Yeah, it's yeah, it is. I have Tiger Woman on.
That's what they should call the next one if they want to continue it on. The hat of Indiana Jones.
hat
It's
of
like
Indiana
some
Jones.
freaking
Oh my
schlep.
God!
It's like
Stop it.
like Josh Gad or someone, or yeah.
Oh my god.
The hat of Indiana Jones starring the back hair of George Animal Steel.
That's right.
Yes,
and
that-
it's going to be animated. It'll be the
Yeah.
Pixar next big thing. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. I'm gonna find Linda Sterling. I miffed on the name, but I looked it up already. I'll put some pictures up. They need to make. I need to make the Tiger Woman remake. I need to make a lot of movies. I just watched Neon Maniacs today, thanks to Could Not Be Reached, and I need to make that movie because I have a lot of great ideas to expand that, and each Maniac is going to have a kind of a cool little gimmick how they have it in the movie, but I want to call them Maniac with sword, Maniac with whatever. Like I want to name like Cenobites, like they'll be the new Cenobites or whatever. So I need to remake Tiger Woman. I need to remake Ghost Town. I need to continue. I would continue Exterminator. I would continue the series. I would do part 3. I need to make a
It'll be
Your movie.
The Maverick-like success of Exterminator 3.
Dude, I will
It's $1
show
billion.
I will show Exterminator 1 and Exterminator 2 and my Exterminator 3. It'll be J-Man's Exterminator 3 in one pack. Like you have to watch them all. Like that's how I would do it.
It'll be
He's insane.
Exterminator's trash truck. So that's how that one's going to be. It's
Yes.
not actually Exterminator. It's just the same trash truck going around the neighborhood picking up trash.
Man, no, my truck is going to be souped up. Like it's like, dude, it's going to be so good. I love I literally I need to make. I actually started writing this. I started writing the return of Roy from Friday 13th Part 5. Roy lives.
Roy.
Roy lives. I start to write this. I've got the font. I've actually got character. Like I've got a couple of bios for character. I really
Go for it,
set that
man.
up,
Jason kept coming back. Why can't Roy?
Why can't Roy come back? That's what I'm saying. Where like release the Roy cut.
Release
Hashtag
the Roy
release
cut. Retribution for Roy.
Yeah, justice for Roy or whatever. I was gonna say the other one, but I'm like, I'll get in trouble. All right, can you do the? Yes, you can, buddy. You can do. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's do Space Hunter versus Space Raiders, and we'll go somewhat a little bit quicker than we normally do. Exterminator 4, Exterminator 5, Dark Fate, Exterminator 6. Yeah, no, my Exterminator movies, and like I'm telling you, my Exterminator movies. I'm not gonna go Terrifier 2 level, but I'm gonna go realistic level, not like fantasy torture level, but
old school canon, man. Give me some Death Wish 2 and 3.
Yeah. Death Wish 2, Death Wish 3. Yep. Were you on that?
No,
I don't think we knew you at that time, did we?
No, that was before my time with you guys. But I am an avid canon fan anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We had a great on the Action Elite, so make sure you guys are subscribed to the Action Elite, which is linked in the description, because we did a great stream about ranking the Death Wish movies. I actually like them all, to be honest. Like legitimately like them all, but like even to say 1, 2, 3, 4 are like, I literally think 1, 2, 3 are 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think 4 is like
pretty good.
8 out of 10 or something.
It's pretty good.
Like I don't know, 5 is still like maybe like a 6 or 7. Like it's still pretty good. But Death Wish.
Death Wish with a judicious use of bazooka.
Yes.
Well, yeah, man. What else are you gonna do at number 4?
That was awesome. And
Bronson
it
and
got
a
me too.
bazooka.
3 has my favorite scene when they're like stripping his car and he comes up and they're like, what? And he's like, It's my car.
Yeah, it's my car. Like, why are you guys here? Like,
Well, he shoots him and he goes right back to the dinner table.
Yeah.
no, Sean,
Sean,
Sean, you nailed it, buddy. You nailed it. No, I'm telling you, I saw that with my other friend Sean. You have to watch movies with with the other Sean.
Yeah.
Like, because like he'll pause and rewind stuff. He's like, oh no, we got to rewind that. That was the best. And like, it's like we haven't watched the whole movie yet.
It doesn't matter. This was awesome.
Right. He's another 48 hours. Is that Brian James? Another 48 hours, or is he?
Yeah.
He's in the second one, right?
Yeah.
Brian
Yeah,
James is the second one.
He's in the second one.
Yeah. So when he comes with that Uzi, he's like, oh, like just Sean rewound that fucking 30 times. I swear to God. He's like, oh my God, that was the best. It's like, oh, and he's like, God. Right?
Yeah, that's the one they cut him up real bad in that. He was like supposed to be a huger character in there, and they just went nope and really butchered it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that was part 2 then for sure, right?
Yeah,
I
that
get
was
them
part 2.
confused.
Yeah, it's more
that
vicious than
sounds
part
right.
1. I remember that.
Yeah. Oh, and he was like, this is the best thing. Anyways, so we would rewind stuff all the time. Like when what's his face? Charles Bronson, when he teams up with the cop in part 3 and they're walking down and just shooting people together, I'm like, this is outrageous.
It's a run and gun game at that point. It's like it's like
no,
the
it's
old
like Narc
games. It's like you just
it's Narc. It's the Narc video.
It's
game.
Narc, yeah.
It's Narc.
Yeah.
It's like this.
Yeah, it's Narc. Yeah.
You point the gun off screen to reload, then go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That where you go like this and it reloads it. Okay. Space Raiders versus Space Hunter. Let's go Charlie. What do you think? What has the better story?
Better story? Ooh. This would be a tie for me. Like seriously.
You want to go last and see if
I have an answer. I just wanted to
Okay.
preface that story-wise, I feel like it's a tie because I like both stories quite a bit.
Right.
My answer is going to be Space Hunter because the story goes a lot. I like the story better in that instead of just the kid gets stowed away, they're going to hold him for hostage in Space Raiders, and then just all this stuff keeps happening because of the kid. I like Space Hunter more because I'm on a mission, I got to save the girls. Many side quests happen as you go through, but it's very linear, ready to go. I prefer Space Hunter's story, but if I was doing true number ranking, they'd be tied. They'd give them the same number score as far as story.
Right. Yeah, this would be the only score for me out of this whole thing where I could see both sides. Because Raiders is kind of neat. I do like some of the stuff in there. I'm going with Space Hunter, man, because just going on that mission is kick ass. I like going to different areas. I don't know what to tell you. It's like to me, Space Hunter is just like an awesome movie. So I do like the story. This would be like if Steve or Sean, if you guys are going with Raiders, that's legit. Like Raiders isn't too bad. There's some cool. The story is not too bad on Space Raiders. That and the characters were kind of the finer points of that movie. So, but I'm gonna go with Space Hunter. I like the story better. So, Sean, what do you think?
I was gonna go with Space Raiders. Because the thing is, they would be tied, but they're two different kinds of movies. Like Space Hunter is very much the old style serials, writ large, right? And Space Raiders is more. I feel there's more emotion there. It makes you feel something, and it's about more than just the space shoot 'em up stuff. It's about these guys learning something about themselves, and so to me, it's Space Raiders.
Okay. Steve, what do you think, Steve?
I'm going to side with Sean on this one. I'm going to go Space Raiders.
Okay.
Basically, I agree with Charlie. It's a tie, like mostly to me. But I think Space Raiders gave me a little bit more of a surprise than Space Hunter did. Like with the girl not going with wanting the kid, nothing to do with the kid. And just the individual relationships he seemed to foster with a lot of the crewmates. I mean, you have the one big relationship in Space Hunter, and that's cool. But there isn't a lot in Space Hunter that I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming around. I think the only thing was the companion dying at the beginning of the movie. I didn't call that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it was pretty much, Michael Ironside looks like a weirdo, and he is the villain. Like he
Right.
looks like a villain, and he is a villain, right? Like I knew the two main leads would end up, you know, having a positive relationship, and they did. Like they caught the girls. Like there wasn't a lot. Like I was sitting there even at the end with the captain there, and I'm like, oh, he's going to die, and he lives. I'm like, oh, I didn't call that.
Right.
Yeah, that's very true.
I gotta go Space Raiders.
Okay.
Which just proves the point again. It's a tie because we just tied it. You know what I mean?
We tied it again.
Yeah.
We just tied it.
I mean, that's really where it is. You could like needle point it and get down, but yeah.
Right. Okay. Pacing. I'm going to say Space Hunter. I'm never bored. Space Raiders, I was a bit in the beginning because I just like didn't really care about the kid and stuff. It took a little bit for me to get going. Once it got going, I'm like, it was okay. It's close. It's close, right? But like Space Hunter, like instantaneously, like, oh, this is cool. What's going on? They're on a mission. I like when there's like a mission immediately. Like we talked about Conan the Destroyer on the Action Elite the other night. It's like, yeah, like Conan, I'll give you Valeria back. Here's what you gotta do. Do it.
Yep.
Raiders takes a while it's establishing the world and all that. So maybe for the story that is maybe better, as you guys pointed out, but like whatever, man, like I got it. Like, let's get on this mission. I think Space Hunter for me. Steve, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to say, again, this is a tie for me, pretty much. Like I was thinking about this, I couldn't really argue against the pacing of either movie.
Yep.
I like the pacing of Space Hunter just very slightly better, just like a smidgen better.
Yep.
You know, when the kid's investigating the space station, I'm like, that's cool, but like they took a little while there. Like Space Hunter, there's no beats. There's no like beats that miss. There's no beats where I'm like, okay, now let's get on. Like there's nothing. He goes on this big mission right at the start. Then he's going to go save the girls. He crash lands where he lands, and then like he's got to deal with all those people on that like that sandboat or whatever frig, you know, that. And then he, you know, meanwhile you got Michael Ironside being a weirdo, and then he's got what's her name, the redhead.
Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald. And then from there, it's constant interplay back and forth. And then you add Ernie Hudson. There's no real breath, right? And when there is a moment, it's to either tell a bit more of the story or to show you more of the world. Right. So pacing's better on Space Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay. Charlie, what do you think?
It's going to be Space Hunter, and I'm going to go back to our reasoning on a lot of these is there a movie I can trim something out of? And I can trim stuff out of Space Raiders. Not a lot, but I could tighten it up a little bit more. The kid playing at the beginning, setting up all that stuff, I could tighten that up there. I agree with Steven, exploring the ship, because he does it multiple times.
Yeah.
I feel like we could tighten that up a little bit. And there's also just a lot of shots of where it's just looking at the kid who's just like, you know, in this completely different area, and he's trying to like, you know, figure it out as he's going, but we're stuck watching it as he's like, come on, kid, you know, let's get going here. Space Hunter, I don't think there's really anything I could cut out, because it is just like you said, it's this happens and this happens and this, you know, you get the mission, you go, there's a train full of people that come in, you're thrown in the middle of that. Now you're on this mission to go save the kids. You meet Ernie Hudson. You know, you meet the other two guys that are on a mission. You're in a junkyard. I mean, it's just go. Space Hunter, hands down, pacing wise. But like a 0.5 hands down.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah.
All right, Sean.
Space Hunter, because there's more stuff going on. There's more eventful than Space Raiders. Space Raiders, yeah, I agree with you, Charlie. And I mean, honestly, you can cut out a lot of what that kid does. You know, like when those two guys are after him, it's like you cut a lot of that stuff out. And, you know, like you get the point. It's like, you know, it's dangerous for him to be on there and etc. And like he's new on this ship and, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, Space Hunter, as Steve said, like there's plenty going on. There's always some new creature or villain to fight. There's, you know, Washington teams up with them and teams up with them again, and you know, and all that stuff. So it zips along quicker. So yeah, Space Hunter.
All right, and just for if anyone just joined us, we are doing the last ones tonight. So we've got your versus Outland, and right now we're doing Space Raiders versus Space Hunter, and then we'll do your and Outland, and then next week we'll do our finals. Here's a Linda Serling. Here's Tiger Woman.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
And
Nice.
here's like a more normal picture of her. But Tiger Woman's awesome. I highly recommend getting it from Serial Squadron.
Look just like Jennifer Lawrence. It's amazing.
That is Jennifer Lawrence right there. That's
yeah,
she's
just got a wig on. That's awesome.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Sean, why don't you go on to artistry then? What do you think is better?
Oh, Space Hunter, right?
Yeah, this is like a no-brainer category. Like, is anyone not going to say Space Hunter?
I mean, it's got the bigger budget, right? But also, I like budget aside, there's a lot of imagination at play there too. It's like they don't have to make that villain look that crazy, right? You know, it's like halfway through they're probably like, why are we spending all this money on this? Right? But it's like just doing the thing.
You got someone like me in the background go, because it's cool as shit.
Yeah. They made actual vehicles, like they're not special effects or miniatures or anything. It's like an actual thing you can drive in. And it's why are we doing this? Like, don't question it, man. Just keep going, you know. So yeah, it's artistry has to go in Space Hunter. I mean, there's lots of cool shit there that you don't see in any other movie. And a lot more imagination and thought into the visuals, like that maze and all that stuff. So, like Space Raiders is cool, but it's a low budget movie, and you could tell that. Right. Honorable mention goes to that green guy. It looks great even today. Yeah. You know, it looks very seamless and smooth. But beyond that, you know, like that puppet thing can kiss my ass. It sucks, right? But like, but anyway,
make fun of the little bug. The little bug was cool.
Yeah, the bug was endearing.
Space Hunter.
All right. Well, I'm saying Space Hunter. I think it's pretty obvious. It's like it's bigger budget. I do think Space Raiders it looks pretty good for the budget that they had.
Yeah.
And I prefer the interiors. We talked about this. I like the interiors of the fake ship or whatever. Of the Battlestar.
Well, it's reused ships, but we got better in interiors.
Yeah. But man, Space Hunter is like awesome. Like I don't know. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like Charlie, are you?
The Space Hunter. All I was going to say was like what you just said. That Space Raiders, I loved it because it had that lived-in feel.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, that very dirty, grimy, what space is probably like, and that they did do really well with feeling like you are on those ships, even though they're reused from other movies.
Yeah,
and even that enough would be enough to knock it below Space Hunter. Is everything's original on Space Hunter? They went all out, all in. Just insane. Someone just had a blast doing storyboards and going, make it happen. And someone back there going, yes, on it. And we got it. So Space Hunter.
Okay. Steve?
Space Hunter.
Yep.
I mean, it's not even close. I think Charlie pointed out in the first time we discussed Space Raiders how they had like little sparks coming out of the guns, which isn't great. Yeah. They reused the ships. That because I saw Battle Beyond the Stars not long ago, that was immediately like a red flag for me. It's not bad. Like I think Space Raiders, it's serviceable, and I like what they did with what they did. But Space Hunter just gives you more. Like the cinematography is like fantastic in that movie. So
yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I figured that was a good one. So characters, this will be interesting. Does everyone have a clear winner or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No. Okay. I mean, I'm going to say Space Hunter. I think it's like, I like the captain in Space Raiders, but everybody in Space Hunter I thought was awesome. I think Molly Ringwald is the damn best. So like Washington, Wolf, Nikki, and I remember their names. Like to me, they're super solid. Obviously, Michael Ironside, Overlord or whatever, is like
Overdog.
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 Sorry, see, I forgot. Overdog.
Overlord works too.
Overlord is what's his
too
name?
much of Howard the Duck, man.
I was thinking no. Yeah, Overlord is what's his name?
That's the villain in Howard the Duck.
And Howard the Duck was that the villain?
Overlord, yeah.
There's too many over
yeah.
people. Over under.
Yeah.
Overdog is awesome, but like, yeah, those three heroes are wicked. So for me, it's Space Hunter. Charlie, what do you think?
You swayed me back. It's Space Hunter. Like, I did love, there was one of the bigger things about Space Raiders was the character, especially the Captain Hawk. I loved it. I liked the gunner guy who was just shooting asteroids. I could find things I liked about each of the like secondary characters, but that's it. And I didn't really care about anyone else. Like the girl, I didn't even care about till she wanted to take care of the kid. But Ernie Hudson and Molly Ringwald and everyone in Space Hunter, even though it's not as big of a group of people, I enjoyed all of them. Even down to like the two like helpers from the Train Tribe people.
Yeah,
I enjoyed those two guys. And Michael Ironside. Honestly, you could have put Michael Ironside up against Space Raiders just like that, and he would still win. It's fine. Yeah, that's what I was saying right there is there even a memorable villain? Not really, because ultimately at the end, aside from the guys that are trying to kidnap a kid that's already being held for hostage, the company is the bad guy in that, because they're trying to blow up the ship with the kid in it. And then they send him back to his parents who are on the planet with the company.
Right.
So Michael Ironside wins.
Okay. Sean, what do you think?
Space Hunter. I was gonna go with Space Raiders because I do like the characters, but as many people say, like I can't remember their names. So, like,
yeah.
And the thing is, the characters are integral to the story itself, right? Like how they get swayed and stuff like that. But Space Hunter, yeah, everyone there is awesome, and like Washington and like Overdog and all them, like everybody, even like the villains and stuff. Even those two guys that sort of kind of team up with them at the end, and they're about to shoot them, and then Nikki pulls off her helmet and is like, "It's us," Like I think she says, "It's us, you idiots," or something like that. But
probably because she's annoying, right? Like she has to say the annoying thing.
But it's but yeah, no, Space Hunter has a lot of memorable characters. They are archetypes, but they work here. They work for the story, right? So yeah, Space Hunter.
And that helps with the memorableness of them, is being archetypes. It works.
It's that Lucas formula, man.
Well, and it's also, just because there's less characters doesn't make the one with more characters better. Sometimes it gets watered down really easy. So sometimes give me a tighter storyline with less characters where I can care about each one, not 50 guys over here that just because they're the good guys, I'm supposed to care about them.
Right.
So that works.
Yep. Okay. Steve?
Space Hunter.
Space Hunter, yep.
Here's the thing. Nikki redeems Wolf throughout that entire movie because Wolf is very amoral. Like he's just saving the girls because he's going to get money.
Yep.
He has a problem with Ernie Hudson's character Washington, who is the law.
Right.
Right. In that,
I am the law. Drop your weapon. Sorry.
Yeah. Sean left because he's so upset. Anyhow,
he's like, "Yo, screw you guys, I'm out."
My camera.
And Nikki is the most important character in the movie because she redeems him throughout that journey.
Right.
Michael Ironside is genius as the villain, as he has been several other times.
I don't think he likes Michael Ironside. I don't know. It's weird.
But anyhow, facts are facts. Space Raiders, the kid is. I think Sean described him perfectly. He's a block of wood. It is what it is.
He is, yeah.
And really, yes, the crew gets redeemed, but it's not especially memorable how they're redeemed because the kid is so wooden. It's a little less believable. Like the story pushes them into redemption as opposed to the characters. And in Space Hunter, the characters push the redemption forward.
I'm sorry, Sean. Did you not like where you were? You had to switch everything around.
It used to be that I could stop my camera and audio like
See you later, Sean.
But now it's like it just goes away. It's so. I know there's changes to StreamYard, so I don't know what happened, but anyway.
Okay. I'll sit next to Jay, man. It's fine.
Yeah, well, we all got swapped or whatever. Now they're gonna say we're putting the brown guy on the bottom here.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Oh man.
I was on the other side anyway. I was on the bottom before, but
Oh, you're on the bottom. Okay.
You're on the
No, you
top on
weren't.
my screen.
No,
Yeah, you were on top of my screen too.
Yeah, you're on the top.
oh yeah, I don't remember that. But
Yeah.
See, it
You
was
see?
literally 30
You see?
seconds ago, John.
You give these people something and then they don't even appreciate it.
What do you mean these people?
Oh my god. Okay.
all hail Jennifer Lawrence. There, I fixed it.
There you go.
Look, there goes Jennifer Lawrence.
that was
right
Jennifer
now.
Lawrence. Oh my god. All
She
right.
had very big boobs back then.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely not getting into that conversation right now, to be honest with you on that. I'll give you that. I cannot find a GIF of her doing it.
Oh man.
There's a lot of them, but they're so high quality that StreamYard won't allow me.
I just keeps watching them.
People are like, no, this needs to be in high quality. Like it's like you can't get a low. Like all these ones that I have are really cheap, low quality, right? Like, this is like terrible, right? Like,
that's
but
cool.
like that, like all the other ones are like super high quality.
Oh, that's great.
My cough will not go away. All right, enjoyment. Space Hunter's one of my favorite movies, so obviously I enjoyed it more than Space Raiders. Charlie?
Space Hunter, as soon as you introduced me to this movie, it's been my favorite find of this entire tournament. So it's Space Hunter, man.
All right. Steve?
Space Hunter. I enjoyed Space Raiders, but Space Hunter's one of those movies.
I did enjoy that, yes.
Yeah. I did too, yeah.
Yeah, but Space Hunter's one I will revisit over and over again. Space Raiders, I will check every, like, I don't know, a couple of years, but Space Hunter I would throw in, like, now if I had it.
Agreed.
You know, I'll say this too. Space Raiders was sort of the out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I put it in there as a total jobber. I was like, yeah, this is just going to be gone. Whatever. Never.
Final four.
And then I watched. I was like, wow, this was like really good.
Yeah.
So it was a surprise. Like when we started this, I'm like, look, Space Hunter's going to the final. I'm like, and like it's already there. Well, Sean, what did you enjoy more before we can close?
Oh no, I was going to say Space Hunter, but Space Raiders is a childhood favorite of mine. So I didn't know that no one really knew it. I thought it was everywhere. But yeah, no, it's. I mean, I still pop that in from time to time and enjoy it. But like Space Hunter is like the more fun, colorful one that you think back to. But to me, this is almost tied. The enjoyment thing, but I'll
that's
say
fair.
Space Hunter ranks out.
You've got the nostalgia going because honestly, both of these movies were first time watches for me in this tournament. I had not seen Space Raider, so that's why I was like, "Holy crap!" I wasn't expecting to like it because we had just done what was the other red brown one?
Space Mutiny.
Space Mutiny.
So we had done Space Mutiny. And then we were doing Space Raider, and I was like, okay, this can't be that good. And I was like,
he's got Space Raider.
I was like, this thing is Space Raiders was amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Because I cared about the characters, in that go around. But then I watched Space Hunter for the first time. Going, yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah, Space Hunter's
this
the
is
damn
so
best.
much better. So much better.
Steve, did I show you Space Hunter before or no?
No, I actually caught some of it on television, and then I watched it for the tournament.
Oh, okay. So you also kind of watched them both for this tournament, I'm assuming, right?
Pretty much. Like Space Hunter, when I was watching, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen this before. But Space Raiders was totally out of nowhere, brand new.
Okay. So Space Hunter won that one. We knew that was going to win. I mean,
yeah,
I like Space Raiders. Space Hunter's a childhood one, but I can separate my childhood love of things as a film nerd and be like, well, this is still better. Objectively, it's better for me anyways, at least in my opinion. But it's just awesome. Like, I mean, we on Action Elite, we went through the Christmas movies, Fat Man and
Violent Night.
And I beat up Violent Night, and I'm like, yeah, but it's still kind of fun, right? Like, it's like, if it comes down, right? I know that was you. Yeah. If it comes down to, again, if I'm going on a stream, we need to talk it out. I can't just,
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, like if you're just talking to me personally outside of me trying to be, critical of something, I'll be like, oh yeah, that was a cool movie. Like you should go see it. Like I was telling everybody at work, I'm like, just go see it, man. Who cares? Like it's,
right.
but like, I gotta give my review. You know what I mean? So that's and I still give it like a 5, which I'll up it if I could see it clearly. So there you go. But anyway, same thing here. It's like I legit think Space Hunter is way better, like way better for me. But anyway, that's that. Let's see what our poll's like. So oddly enough, our poll, the way I did the poll is because you can only have 4 options and you can't do 2 polls.
Yeah.
So I did which is the best out of the 4 movies, and Space Hunter and Yor are tied.
Ooh, well,
interesting. Is that foreshadowing? I guess we're gonna find out because we're gonna do Yor versus Outland. Man, this is tough. We could almost do it back. I'd almost do space backwards on this one. But like to do E, like ECA, like do it backwards because like my E-caps.
E-caps, there it is.
Yeah. So it's like because which one I'm gonna say I enjoyed more. I don't care how many Sean Connerys are in it. Okay. Story, Yor Outland. Who wants to start this off? Show of hands. Does anyone have a winner?
I'll start it.
All right, Charlie, let's do it.
I'll start it, and then I have to be honest about this. I have to give it to Outland. I think Outland is the better story over Yor. We'll get into the other things I love about Yor, but I truly do love the story of Outland. It's really like interesting. It's totally different than anything we've done. If anything, I would have like pitted against Outland versus Space Raiders almost to get that more lived in space feel, the more character driven storylines. But I think just for story for right now, I have to give it to Outland.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to Yor. The reason I'm giving it to Yor, I love Outland. I fought for this one a lot in this movie. This Final Force is pretty good.
I agree.
Let me look at all the movies. Let me look at the here. Yeah, like for me, this 4 is really good. Like I could have thrown in, like Space Raiders could have swapped with like Crawl or even like Mutant maybe, but like really,
Crawl had his chance. Yeah, Crawl had his chance. No more Crawl. It's dead. It's dead, everyone. Dead. We double tapped it. Dead.
Oh my gosh. Okay, no. I'm saying Yor because I feel Outland still has your regular action movie storyline, which would be like, yeah, this is a pretty good storyline. There's like some villains. He's got to figure out what's going on. He figures out what's going on. He fights him at the end. He kills him. He wins. There you go. You could say Yor. You could say Yor. Yeah, no, you could say Yor is okay. But having it be in the post-war or whatever is kind of neat. And it added something to the story that you didn't expect would get added. Whereas Outland, it did everything you expected and did it well. But I like Yor better. It unlocked my imagination more. Enemy Mine, Phantom Outsider was too good for this tournament, so we removed it.
Enemy Mine technically won the tournament. Phantom Outsider.
Basically,
basically it did. But I would say if Enemy Mine was in this and it was versus Space Hunter, this would not be easy for me.
I think it would be a closer battle, but I would still say that I think overall, because there's certain elements of Enemy Mine that would dominate it.
Enemy Mine, I agree with Charlie 100%. Enemy Mine was a bit ahead above of everyone else. As much as I enjoyed some of these movies, Enemy Mine is like, that is where I go into film nerd thing, and I'm like, no, it's just like, look at
what I would say quickly, Enemy Mine would be story. What was it you said? Space Hunter? Space Hunter would be pacing. Enemy Mine would be art because of just the thought behind it.
Yes.
Character would be Enemy Mine.
Enemy Mine.
And so an enjoyment would be whatever. It doesn't matter at that point.
Right. But enjoyment would be Space Hunter.
It would be Space Hunter for me too, but that would still be 3.
It would be Space Hunter by
so it's a close one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
close.
It would have been a fight, but
That would have been a good fight.
ultimately,
I think we all would have actually agreed on all those.
But we eliminated it for a reason. It's the Juggernaut, man.
we all agreed to eliminate it. Going, we got done with that. Going, guys, do we keep going or did this win? You know, that was kind of how it went. So.
Last Starfighter, same thing. There's just too much nostalgia.
Yeah,
and
it was.
I think the reason why Enemy Mine squeaked in was because J-Man had never seen it before,
right?
And I hadn't seen it in a long time. And then when I was watching, I was like, and then J-Man texted me and he's like, yeah, I know. He's like,
yeah. As soon as it ended, I'm like, yeah, I know. This is too awesome.
Yeah. That's really what it is. So this was not supposed to be like the most popular space opera movie because hell, we'd have Star Wars up here,
right?
You know,
so
this was supposed to be like
Star Trek and
obscure, lower budget things. But Sean's right. It's because J-Man hadn't seen it, Sean hadn't watched it. They didn't ask me or Steven because I would have been like, I don't think you should put this one in here, guys. I watched this movie.
Yeah,
you hadn't seen it either. Okay. I had seen it recently, not too long ago, and I'm like, I love this movie. And I was shocked that you guys had never seen it. I asked about it. I went, Enemy Mine? Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah,
maybe I was forgetting something.
I'd seen it a dozen times as a kid, but like it's been maybe 15 years, and I thought, it's probably okay, I guess. I think what psyched me out. I think what psyched me out was the fact that no one talks about it. So I thought, well, maybe it's not that good then. I don't know.
No.
And then when we watched it, it's like, why isn't anyone talking about it?
We literally put it up against Arena, guys. I mean, come on.
That's crazy. And the thing is, this was supposed to be sort of the low budget, the obscure ones that could have a cult following like Crawl or whatever, or Space Hunter. They could have a little bit of a following. But like Last Starfighter, everybody knows that movie. It's like, that's an awesome movie. Okay, so that's out.
Yeah.
It's like Enemy Mine, no one talks about. I never saw it. It's like, this seems like it could be in here, but then I'm watching about half an hour and I was like, oh, this is like awesome. Like, I don't think this is gonna happen. And then I started to think like, well, Space Hunter, I really like Space Hunter a lot. I started to think like, is there even a chance that
is there anything that can stick up with this? You're right.
And I was like, maybe Space Hunter, maybe, I don't know. And I'm like, let's just pull it out. It's too good, but it does fit the criteria. People don't talk about it.
It does.
It's not a big franchise thing, right? Like it kind of, see, Last Starfighter is a masterpiece. Everybody knows Last Starfighter.
100%.
It's like, that was great. Plus, it's the video arcade game thing in there.
That one would have edged out like Enemy Mine just for nostalgia purposes.
Right.
How well I remember and know that movie. It would have edged it out for sure. It wouldn't have edged it out on like characters or something like that or story. I think everything else though, Starfighter would have dominated.
Yeah, please, dear God, make those damn figures already, man. I'll be 70 and still want those figures. It's like,
I just told my wife yesterday, I'm collecting until I'm dead. Like I will be on the deathbed. I'll be like, okay, hold on. Action Comics 3052 just came out. Who's picking that up for me? Like, you're dying tomorrow. I'm like, well, I'm not dead now. right. So if you go now, you can read it to me.
I was looking at all my old Kenner vehicles, and I was like, when am I stopping this? It's like, like, nah, man.
Let someone else deal with it.
It's not going away anytime soon, boys.
No,
you can't see my He-Man. It's not going away anytime soon.
My He-Man collection is larger than human beings put together. Like I cannot fit anymore. They're falling out. I'll take a picture. It's like He-Man toys are falling out of the closet. Like I have to go like this and then shut it. And then when I open it, I have to put a hand to catch whatever falls out. And then Sean got me Grayskull, and I've got other stuff. I'm like, well, now I got to move to another room. Like
I said, never sell. Always buy a bigger house.
Just buy more. Yeah. Okay, so Sean, what do you think has a better story, Outland or Your?
I'm gonna go with Your. It'll edge out Outland. I was gonna go with Outland, but I think what gives me pause about Outland is it's a bit too basic in that like there is that mystery and all that, and then he shoots them, and and that's it. That's the story really, but there's a bit more to it. But like I feel like there's more. It's goofy, but there's more mystery and stuff going on there. There's that big revelation towards the end, and Yor himself grows as a person. It may not be that obvious, but like towards the end, he's like resourceful and he's like he pressed a button. It's gotta be so, like because they think that he's like an illusion or something like that,
Right?
and he
Yeah,
can
he
like
physically
reason
did
out,
something, right?
yeah, he's learning the ways of this future kind of world, right? So yeah, I'm gonna go with you. Yor just barely edges out Outland. But it's just to me, Outland's like, yeah, he kills those guys and he leaves, I guess, and I don't know why you'd leave after that. You need to maintain peace there, but anyway,
he's going to be with his.
He wants to be with his wife, and
he's going to go
be
with his wife, and it was just a cog in the machine, though, too.
Right.
There was more people involved than just the ones on the ship, especially the no-faced voice on the radio that sent the guy.
Yeah,
so
to me, that's unresolved, though. It's like,
well, we were hoping for Outland 2, but people thought that Yor was better. I don't know.
I guess they're thinking Outland 2. And the doctor's back and everything, and yeah.
All right, Steve, Yor or Outland?
Yor. And Outland is, to me, a very basic story that I pretty much got a hold of pretty quickly. I'm like, all right, I understand what's going on here. There was no real surprises. It wouldn't be Yor if I didn't have that last act of Yor where the reveal happened, and because it sort of gave him a purpose. Like he was always like looking, where am I from and all that, and it gave a reason for him to wonder about it. Because otherwise, you're like, what's this guy just an amnesiac? He's an idiot. He doesn't know where like how, what the hell. But, so I think it gave it a grander scale and just gave the character validation that it didn't have in the other parts of the movie. So I'm going to say Yor, because you're always on Sean Connery's side. As much as you like Reb Brown as you're always like, this guy seems to be a cool guy, but he seems to be searching for nothing. Right. And then it's like, oh, that's what he was looking for. So,
okay. Fair. Pacing, I'm going to say Yor. It's super fast paced. It's like so fast that it's like crazy fast. But I don't think it's a negative because you could watch it more often. Outland is a bit of a slower movie on purpose. Yeah, that doesn't mean it's bad pacing. Yes. It's not badly paced. I actually really like Outland a lot. Like outside of this competition, I'd be like, yeah, Outland's awesome. Like I tell everybody it's awesome. My a mutual friend of at least us three, me and Steve, sort of Sean, showed it to him.
Oh yeah.
And I really liked it. I rank it among one of the higher movies that he showed us, which isn't saying a lot because most of the movies we see from him have Emmanuel in the title.
I remember you making fun of it throughout the movie, and then afterwards, like, it's fucking awesome. It's like, really?
I know. I was making fun of it. I like to make fun of stuff. Okay, I have different modes. If I'm watching a movie, like I remember, I think it was, I'm going to tell you what it is. On. Was it A League of Their Own? Yeah, Steve showed me A League of Their Own. I thought it was amazing. I absolutely loved the movie. I thought it was so good. And I despise sports. I don't care at all. So he's like, oh, I'm going to show you this baseball movie. I was like, fucking really? I'm like, all right. So we're watching it, and I was like, and I was silent the whole movie. I was really like into it. Plus, I like Lori Petty, but I was like really into it. And Steve's like, "Oh man, you hate this movie." I was like, "No, it was really good. I really liked it. I thought it was amazing." He's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Well, I'm not going to be animated during this drama. Like, it's like I'll be animated during the like I'm like, it's more obvious." But when we're watching Outland, because he was so excited to show us Outland, and he always he's a bit of he's that guy who always like he's a bit irritating, right? And he'll never watch the stream. He doesn't watch anything. He literally he literally messaged me, "Did you see Violent Night?" I'm like, yeah, opening night. And the morning after, 12 hours after I saw it, I posted a review on my channel, and you're a friend of mine for over 20 years. I guess you didn't watch the review. So instead of responding all that, I sent him my review. I didn't, because he's like, what did you think of it? I just sent him my review. I'm like, yeah, watch it.
Wow.
Now, normally I wouldn't do that, but he's like notorious for like not giving a crap about anything. Like he only, So anyway, so when he was just, I'm going to show you Outland, I'm like, oh, I'm going to like just be a dick throughout this whole movie. And then I'm like, of course it's awesome. I loved it. I bought it on DVD, and I'd say I bought on DVD so long ago that it's that one with the
black plastic clip.
The cardboard.
Cardboard. Yeah. It's chipboard. Yeah. So like, I love the movie. Anyways, so about pacing, man, I love it. It's fast. I could watch it 100 times. So Charlie, what do you think?
It's your dead set. I mean, Outland isn't bad paced. It is a slow burn movie as designed. I do enjoy the movie a lot, and I do love how it's paced, but Your is just balls to the wall and fun, just this fun pacing. Like, I can't wait to see what happens next.
Right.
Like, oh my God, what's next? That's what I love about it. So pacing to Your.
All right. Sean?
With Outland, it's slow pace doesn't mean bad pace, but like there are things like I don't know if I need to watch them play squash that much, and but yeah, and there are some parts where if I'm able to think to myself about something, then maybe it's
right.
not well paced at times. To me, it keeps you stimulated throughout, right? So
that's a good
Your
idea.
for me.
Steve?
Your I have had problems with Yours pacing, which I already have documented. I think it's like almost too fast. However, with Outland, and I agree totally with Sean, when you're like watching a lot of movies and you actually write stories, if you can think about what if you can think about what the answer is.
Hey Raquel.
Hey Raquel.
Hey Raquel, I'm watching Colossus, the Forbin Project. I'm watching it this weekend. I found it, so I'm going to watch it this weekend with my wife. Thanks for the recommendation. Go ahead, Steve.
So if I can, like, one thing you should do as a writer, I think, is if you can think of it, assume the audience can think of it. Right. And there was like there was a moment where he was talking. He's like, "Oh, it's Peter Boyle's like, oh, let them have fun if they want to have fun." I'm like, "You're behind it." But then we get investigate. I'm like, it's Peter
over.
Right. Yeah.
Instead of you're in it, it's how deep are you in it?
Right. Exactly. It's like, how far does the conspiracy go?
Right.
Which is okay, but like for me, I was just like, I know where this is exactly heading. Like, and our mutual friend showed me Outland too. He sort of pumped it up to me because he was invoking King of Comedy, which the Scorsese film, not the Stephen Chow.
Not the Stephen Chow. I was like, Stephen Chow? No, yeah.
Yeah. And I thought it was brilliant. It's still to this day my favorite Scorsese film. He's like, "Wow, I showed you that, then this will be good." And I'm like, it's not quite as good. But anyhow, he does comparisons like that. He's like, "Well, you liked, I don't know, Wizard of Oz, and you'll like this Emmanuel movie." I'm like, why would you even think that?
Well, anyhow, he was right on that one. I did like both of them.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's where
Jennifer Lawrence, I remember. Anyhow,
they should do Emmanuel in Oz. That would be even better.
I would pay to see that.
Yeah, I'll direct that one.
Okay.
A lot of munchkins in that movie, guys.
Yes.
just putting that out there.
So we'd say we're short-staffed?
Yeah, so
no, stop
it.
End
I didn't say shit.
It's gonna be a short movie? No, stop it. Stop it. No.
Nope, I'm not. I had something too, and I'm not saying it either.
Okay, once we get offline, I've got a whole bunch that I just thought of. I'll tell you an idea that I had. It's really funny. Anyways. Thank you, Raquel.
There should be. It has nothing to do how we just got lost in our conversation about Emmanuel either.
Emmanuel.
No.
Yeah. The stream breaks down.
So Outland.
Okay, so after so Steve said Your, right? Yes, that's what we're.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. After we took that detour, I'm back to Your.
Pacing, right? Yeah.
Let me. Pacing. Hold on.
It's what we're known for here is our pacing, gentlemen.
Yeah.
And I've where's my thing? Here you go.
I don't have to say a lot more.
No, we're good. What's next, J-Man?
All right, so artistry. Who wants to go to artistry? Who's got it?
I'll go first because mine will probably be controversial, but
okay.
I'm gonna go with Outland because Look, I mean, like Yor has all the big like paper mache dinosaurs and stuff like that. That's cool. And he hang glides on a dead pterodactyl. That's awesome.
You're not making your argument very well.
You're not making your argument very well at all.
My argument about Outland is I just love the look and feel of that whole space station. They didn't go to some guy's factory and just film there like a certain movie we had on this thing. They sat down. It might look like like blasé now, but they sat down and thought like, what does this all look like? And the big glass like
the greenhouse
walls in the doctor's office and everything like that, and the guy like playing golf and nowadays that looks like, oh yeah, we do that now. It's like, well, back then in like the 70s that was like a brand new spanky thing, right? It's like, oh, in the future, like you could golf indoors like this with the thing, and then I just feel like there's a lot more thought and care put into making that world, and it looks like believable and lived in. And of course the head popping stuff is great too, man. So I'm gonna say Outland. No, I'll go with Outland for
you've not mentioned the most important thing in the history of cinema, which is the hero's theme song.
Yeah, I was about to say you didn't mention the hero's theme song.
Oh yeah. Well,
and for that reason, it has to be Yor, because it's like I don't understand. Like, I'm putting Yor down. Look, you know what though? Outland though is awesome. This is actually very, very difficult because they're different.
Yeah.
And they're both different, and I like both things. So I don't know what I like more. Literally the song is the tipping point for me. Man, Outland looks awesome. It's exactly the kind of thing that I like. I wanted to like, it's like Alien 1 is my 11th favorite movie. It edged out Raiders and Temple of Doom, which I count as one slot. But it's because the look, I love that ship, and I love anything that tries to imitate that kind of realistic, this is a real thing happening. And I think Outland was pretty awesome. This is so stupid, but it reminds me of 2001, which obviously it's not better than 2001, but
no,
2001, Alien, Outland, these are movies like I would pause and look at what they've done and try to like, draw it out and be like, okay, this is a good like I wanted to create an escape room. I own an escape room. I wanted to create one. So I went to Alien and I would pause and I would draw out the map it and see like what the walls look like, and like Mother and even Outland. So it's like, I really like that. Yor does have an amazing photography when it's outside and stuff. So that's kind of good.
Mm-hmm.
The creatures aren't as good, but they're not bad. But the song is so good. I've listened to that song. I don't know how many times in a row, probably at least 10, but it's like my go-to song. If I'm not listening to a podcast, check out Charlie's podcasts. The link is in the description for his Facebook group. That'll take you to the podcast. So if you're not listening to the Give Me Back My Action or horror movie podcast, then you can be listening to Yor's World, which I absolutely love. So the music's good in Outland, obviously too. But like, it just, I don't know, Yor's theme, like Yor's running down he comes out of this cave with like raw stones and stuff, and then he's running down a hill to the song. I'm like, this is the greatest thing that's ever been put to film. So I'm giving it to Yor. Charlie, what do you think?
He's the man. This would be a toss-up for me because I love the atmosphere, the feeling of Outland for the exact same reason I said about Space Raiders. It's a believable space station. It's what space is actually going to be like. We're not going to be wearing shiny outfits and bubble helmets and all this stuff. It's going to be J-Man will. J-Man already has it made. He's just waiting on Elon to return his emails. Yeah. But it to me, it was more believable. It's very grounded. And like Sean was saying, with like all the set dressings, I absolutely love the greenhouse, and that they thought that much through into it. It's like, of course, that's how else would you feed people? Otherwise, you'd have to be trucking stuff in. So to grow your own things, there are a lot of thought into it. But it's everything. J-Man and I both watched this as adults, and we felt like kids watching it. And I love Yor because of it. It just, That's so obscure. I didn't know about it. What is Mutants of
No, it's this
2051?
fleshy-headed mutant.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's from
Mutant.
Strange Brew.
It's from Strange Brew.
It's a
Oh,
Canadian
okay.
thing, man.
I was
Sorry.
like,
It's a Canadian
I know.
thing.
We already went through this one time. I've seen Slapshot. That's the best I can do.
Yeah, you have to watch Strange Brew before.
Oh,
you get
Strange
your
Brew is
citizenship.
great. It's Dave Thomas and what's his name? Rick Moranis.
The Wendy's guy, Dave Thomas, or
No.
No.
Dave Thomas was the SCTV guy. You know the McKenzie brothers? You don't know who they
It's in
are.
the Canadian Criminal Code, eh? Yeah. Like there's legal precedent setting cases in law.
Those
that
two
guy.
guys.
Okay, now I know who that is. I'm sorry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Damn it! I wanted some Wendy's. Surprised you guys even knew what that was. Holy shit!
We have
have that
Wendy's
here.
and Dave Thomas.
Yeah, Wendy's. Damn.
The
no
soggy
idea.
burgers, yeah, they're great.
Takes a big man to admit when he's wrong. I am not a big man.
All right, so Charlie, where are you at?
What were we talking about again?
Artistry.
Yeah, I got to give it to Yor, and it's really the song nails the coffin down, and just there's lasers and space stations and dinosaurs and hot women and all this other stuff all in one movie. And Reb Brown is easy on the eyes. I mean, come on, man. It's Yor. I mean, they get down on the beach line. He gets another girl when he runs out of that one. It's fine. Yor.
Every place you go, there's always someone who thinks he's a badass, right?
Exactly.
That's right, man.
What does Peg say? He's like, well, Yor can have 2 wives or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get jealous. He's a man. He's allowed to have 2.
He's allowed to have 2.
That's why Kayla died.
Well, but she's coming back as kill all living animals.
Not really her. It's not really her.
Who voted for who voted for her to be a cyborg? Oh, you guys voted for? Yeah, nice.
Because I was like, there's the only way I'll probably be able to kill her again if you put that.
I don't know why you're so tense at collab, man.
You gave me an option and I killed her. I like a little chaos in the story.
No, I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with that. It's getting.
I have voted for Mechanical Shark, so
I
have a
didn't
thing
see
for the
today.
robots.
I didn't see today's vote.
Oh, I voted for Mutant Shark.
Yeah, I saw Sean went mutant, so I was like, I'm going mechanical. That was just because we were talking about Red Sonja Wednesday with the mechanical snake.
That got me thinking. That triggered me.
That's how it works, man.
All right, Steve, where are you at with artistry?
So Outland has terrific artistry. It's built right for that movie. It's very believable. I don't think you can change anything about the sets or anything because it suits the story and what they're trying to build so well. And Yor is a big bombastic movie with, crazy looking animals, and the costumes are very like, caveman and all this stuff. And you got dudes with like frigging flame staffs and stuff. And I got it, but Yor gave me something that Outland didn't give me. And that was unexpectedly terrific cinematography. Like, when I look at that movie, I'm like, there's no way this movie should look this good. Like, you're expecting a cheesy, there's bush and there's forest and all that, but like there's like all these different settings and there's waterfalls and stuff. I'm like, what the hell is this? And it's all crystal clear. I'm like, so this is the equivalent of if I paid $8 for Outland gave me $8 worth of artistry. If I paid $8 for Yor, I got $10 worth of artistry.
Okay.
That's a cool way to look at it. I like that. Yeah. More bang for your buck instead of exactly what I expect. I dig it. And a kick-ass theme song. So it's
theme song.
That's an extra $1.50 at least. I don't know what the conversion rate is from freedom dollars to Canadian pesos, but it's got to be somewhere around there.
Steve, this is your first time seeing Yor, right? It was for this.
Yeah,
it's weird because I think I've maybe seen the Blu-ray maybe once or twice. All of the other times I've seen Yor, it's looked muddy and crappy. So maybe that, because you keep saying that like it looks amazing. It's like, really, I don't remember that part.
Well, because Sean, when we watched it off your we watched it off your crappy copy
the
that
the
I
crappy copy,
burned
yeah.
off of you with my personal DVD.
Yeah. And that was coming from a VHS copy that good, like God knows how many times that was watched too.
Right,
So,
exactly. And that was copied. So
The Blu-ray is amazing.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So I
Truly,
took that to
truly.
Steve's place, and
So
Steve
if you watch
got
that for the
4K.
first time, it must look amazing.
Oh, it looks like I J-Man can tell you. I like halfway through the movie, I stopped and like, this movie looks incredible. What
I know it does.
It's funny because it's supposed to be Italian TV. Like it was supposed to just be an Italian TV movie.
Yeah.
And it's like
the thing is that the 4K play. Well, I think we watched it off the 4K player, which does, I believe, try to
upconvert it.
So it looked really good. So
That's
now,
cool.
like, I've got my 4K. Like, I never watched it on my 4K TV with my surround sound.
Yeah.
Now, if I do that, it's pretty epic. But
that's cool.
4K up conversion looks awesome.
Yeah, that's cool how that technology can make it look like way better.
But it looks better anyway.
It's never looked that good before.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, even my Blu-ray looks awesome.
They did a really good job, like, saving this movie,
restoring that,
and restoring it and put it on there. I mean, I got it, like I told, like, Walmart for like $3.74. Like literally, and I bought it as a this looks like shit. I'm gonna buy it because it's cheap. And I watched it with my buddy, and we're both going, "What the hell is this? This is the greatest thing ever!" And then the soundtrack starts, and you're like, "Holy shit! Everyone needs to know about your." And you start thinking, it's like, well, there's probably a reason why that movie's in that bin, and Ator's not, Deathstalker's not. There was a reason that movie was like, let's put it in this. Let's make it better, and reintroduce it to to the masses. So.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Vinegar Syndrome to restore all the Ators.
Oh my god, that's small.
I mean, in that slipcase box and everything, and
yeah, 10 years after World War IV.
So there was World War IV, and then it was 10 years. Like, whoa, this is like really. This is
really
really post up.
That's really post. That's post.
That's 2 world wars in the middle of it. It's awesome.
All right, so characters. It's your versus Sean Connery, which, I mean, if it was Red Brown versus Sean Connery, I think Sean Connery wins, but it's your versus Sean Connery. Sean Connery got rid of his wife, and your got 2. So this is a tough.
Man,
I guys, I gotta go with your man. I think the characters, I don't know. I gotta do it. It's like my man Sean Connery's got James Bond. He doesn't need the Outland character, but your is the greatest person. Pag survives and wins. How cool is that? Overlord is your guy. That's why I got that confused.
Oh yeah.
Overlord is from your. Sorry, that's what got me confused with Space Hunter.
I think it's the Dark Overlord in Heart of the Dark.
So, yes, I think it's the Dark something, right?
Yeah.
And Overfiend, is that Captain Power?
Oh.
Ooh,
there's too many.
No, but Overmind is Jason War Warriors.
Yes, but there's an Overfiend. I'll look it up after.
Yeah. You have to look it up.
So your, to me, has the better characters. Plus, I like Pag. I like Kala. I like that scientist. I like all the attractive women in it. There's no attractive women in Outland.
Nope.
So they put all their money into the backgrounds. It's like. So I'm going to say your. That's it. Final answer. Let's go Steve next. Steve, what do you think? Hey, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Overmind. There you go. He's an FF villain.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It was, it pains me to say this because we're talking about Sean Connery here, but I'm going to go with your. And the reason why is quite frankly, I love Sean Connery, but he's supposed to be, but he's a very grim and downbeat character. He's, again, supposed to be. He's not supposed to be like, James Bond in this film. So he plays it perfectly. But this is the sort of thing where I don't want to revisit it for the characters. Peter Boyle might actually be the best character in the film, in my opinion. The golfing villain, who's like, hey, let's just keep things, the way they are. I love Peter Boyle. I think he's terrific. He drove the shadow around. How can you not like Peter Boyle?
Yes.
And he was Young Frankenstein. But anyhow,
we're not rich.
but Red Brown.
Sorry, Steven.
No, I saw the play based on it too. But Red Brown, his enthusiasm for the role just overtakes everything and overcomes any character blandness or disposability of the your characters. Just his enthusiasm. You can tell he's really enjoying himself. He's committed to this character and whatever he's doing, and he carries the film. Because I'll be honest with you, they have beautiful women, and Peg is cool, and there ain't much else. No. But that's still enough for me to make it over Outland.
All right, Sean.
Well, it's because the three main characters in that really carry the film for me. And you got the triumvirate there, and they all survive, so that's cool. And a villain with the flashlight hand, he's cool too. I like all the blue cavemen and stuff. They're all great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like Outland, it's got 1.5 characters to me. It's like I like the like Danny Boyle's okay, but like I like the Doctor. She's the half to Sean Connery being Sean Connery, basically. Right. He's got that mega presence. It's like that you just don't see anymore in movies. I like him walking around and stuff.
Me too.
It's like, oh, what's going on here?
I agree. Him walking around is cool. Like,
him investigating is awesome.
Yeah,
come on.
It's all good.
It's like, what do you think is going on? That's a bad Sean Connery, but anyway. But yeah, I have to give it to your for characters, man. I'm actually named after Sean Connery, so
yes,
I really besmirched his. I'm as hairy as him now, so
you've besmirched. Yeah, you gotta get the Chuck Norris. You gotta get the Chuck Norris hair from the Bruce Lee movie.
It's like it's popping.
It was like a shoulder pads. He had shoulder pads hair.
I got shoulder hair, but it's not as patty as a.
Be careful if you say more than 2 negative things about Chuck Norris in the same sentence, you die.
Yeah, that is a fact.
Jennifer Lawrence is hiding under the table right now.
Well, I wouldn't mind that. But,
let's not be hey, let's not go down that road again.
Whoa, we already ditched Emmanuel, guys. Come on.
Oh, this is awesome. Yeah,
all right.
Totally forgot about.
Okay, Charlie, what characters are better?
I'm going Outland, guys, because I already know J-Man is going to be enthusiastically and we all know who's won. But I just want to say, like, I enjoy all of the characters in Outland, which is kind of weird. Like, we kind of limit it to named characters that we follow, but I like everyone in the entire like space station. Like all of his crew. When they have to make that decision not to back him, you feel the uncomfortableness in those scenes when he's like, so no one's gonna, stand with me. No one's gonna follow me. You feel like they turn their back on him. The entire, station is always like watching him with bated breath. I love Peter Boyle in this. Probably really high up there as far as a villain goes for me. And I have always loved the way they interact with each other. Sean Connery literally just walks in his office, says, "Hey, I know you're the bad guy and I'm going to beat you." And Peter Boyle goes, "Good luck." That's how that whole thing goes. Yeah. Instead of Peter Boyle having a gun hidden at the desk, Sean Connery walks in, shoot him, get rid of the body, end of movie, roll credits. It's the dynamic I love of the two of them. The Doctor I love, like Sean said, I love her to death in that. She is the perfect, like, back and forth for Sean Connery. Whatever he throws at her, she throws right back, and she's not even playing squash with him in this movie. I liked the other guy with Sean Connery, and I still say they killed him off way too fast in this movie because I loved the dynamic between those two. The wife I could do without. I wish they'd got someone a little bit better or explain the fact that she was tired more than instead of, here's my Dear John letter and we're leaving. She's the weaker one of it, but as a whole, I enjoy all of the characters of Outland. And like we were saying with I like Red Brown, love me some Pag. Everyone else is just there. They fulfill the job that they're supposed to do. And it's exactly what I expect. Outland, there was just things that I didn't expect to like as much as I did. So I'm going to give it to Outland, even though I know yours is going to ultimately win it.
Yeah, well, yours already won pretty much because it's won every category. But this is a good comment.
Yeah, of the final four here, the two low budget ones are Space Raiders and Yor, and I would say those are better and more stimulating and more entertaining than a lot of what's like this big budget stuff.
100%. I 100% agree with that.
It's like I'd take like any of those over like Wakanda Forever or something like that.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never said, and I've said this, I usually make this argument with Doctor Who, because Doctor Who's fallen, is that like, I'm not looking for pick your best movie. I'm not looking for The Empire Strikes Back every time I sit down at the theater.
Yeah.
No,
but
it would get boring.
Right. I would expect Space Raiders. They gave me a couple of cool characters that were kind of neat. There was a couple little battles that were cool. It looked okay. It was, it was entertaining, and it was 90 minutes. And I was like, that was kind of fun. And I'd watch it again. No, they can't even give me that. They give me these 3-hour-long movies, which are just boring and garbage. It's like, what am I supposed to take away? And really, they all suck. And people are like, they'll argue. It's like, well, what are you arguing? Like, what do you want out of your experience in watching something? Do you, like, if you're gonna make something, it better be my two extremes. Well, I guess really it's like, I want either 2001: A Space Odyssey or I want Army of Darkness. Give me one of those two.
Yeah.
Don't give me this. Oh, I think I'm being a cool move. I think I'm being like a highbrow intellectual.
Yeah, look how smart I am.
Yeah, look how smart I am. But your movie sucks, right?
Yeah.
Well, like let's say Black Panther or Eternals is the best example. We're being very smart. And it's this big like highbrow movie and intellectual, and it's like this movie's boring and shit.
And it's dumb too. It's like you think you're being smart, but like none of the characters are doing anything that makes sense. Yeah.
I equate movie going experience to food. You don't go to McDonald's looking for filet mignon, but you're looking for the best Big Mac that they can make you.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
The equivalent now in Hollywood is they tell you don't want a Big Mac. They tell you if you do want a Big Mac, you're an ist.
Mm-hmm.
And then they hand you a vegetarian hamburger that tastes like meat.
Right.
But it ain't meat.
Yeah.
And it never tastes like it. I've tried them all.
And it never tastes.
I can't believe it's not meat.
Yeah, I can't believe it's not meat.
Yeah.
I was vegetarian for a while, and
like
I
attacking fans of Maverick is ridiculous because Maverick saved the industry this year.
Yeah, that's
it's like I don't know. Yeah.
But I was vegan for 6 months when I was trying to lose the weight and get healthier.
And that's fair.
Like
Yeah.
And it was difficult. And there's only, I can't say, there's only one bonus to it. I'm not going to say it on, if you want to know what it is, it's not, what it is. You know what it is. I told you.
We know what it is.
But that's the only bonus there is. So it's brutal. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. Like it's bad. It's bad. So yeah. By the way, Shin Ultraman is like January 4th or 5th. It's like the first couple weeks. So keep that.
Wait, on a home video or
it's coming to theaters for like a day or two.
Yep.
Oh,
special. It's like a special thing. Certain theaters are getting a hold of it, and you can already order your tickets right now.
Well,
not for us though.
Well, not for y'all. For America, we can.
Yeah, like Fathom Entertainment usually handles all that stuff, and it's only the States. So, I think they showed Transformers the movie in theaters, and I was like, oh my god, and it's only the States. I'm frick.
I did see that in the theater when it came out though, so
that's because we got to touch.
Okay, I know you're joking around, but Transformers the cartoon movie is one of my favorite movies. Yeah. I've listened to that entire soundtrack, and You've Got to Touch, and Stan Bush did he did the Turbo Kid intro song.
Yep.
Which fooled me because I actually thought it was an old song, but it was actually a new song that they used.
That's the beauty of Stan Bush, man.
It's ageless.
Yeah.
You Got the Touch. I must have listened to that 4,000 times. I would listen to it all day, and then I do Dare as like a break in between.
Do you know what movie that song was actually written for?
I feel like it was. I feel like I know, but I don't know.
Cobra.
I did remember that. You know what? What was I just watching? I just watched something where Stan Bush was talking about that.
Yeah.
And he said that.
Stallone,
give me back my. No, not give me back. That's your thing. What am I saying?
That's
No.
Search
the action heroes or whatever.
Yeah, Search the Action.
That's where
Stallone rejected it, and he picked up the Beaver Brown Band, I think is what it's called, for the song that's in Cobra.
That's a great movie, but like that song ain't anything. You got the
yeah. So that Stan Bush wrote that.
Yeah,
for Cobra.
they made that music video for the TV version of the movie where the stop motion Optimus Prime flies away and he goes, "I'll lay you with the touch" or whatever, and they show the video. I recorded that and I played that like ad nauseum over and over.
Wow, I love it.
No, Sean's not on Twitter. Sean is not on Twitter. He could join it if he wants. He can join.
I'm kind of on Twitter, but I never tweet.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. So that's a revelation.
I don't know how it works. I'm just on it.
I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works either.
How's this darn?
I didn't know how to change my name. I guess you can't anymore, right? So I don't know.
I woke up one morning after I trashed Man of Steel, and I was on this guy's video, and I trashed Man of Steel, and I literally had 230 notifications or something. And then I'm like, I don't even understand what happened. Like I didn't understand who was making fun of me and who was defending me. I'm like, okay, some people are saying I'm an idiot, and I'm like, so I literally just did just like a reply to everyone copied, and I said, I didn't read any of these. I said, but I'm 100% right, and you're 100% wrong. And then that was it.
It sounds like you have Twitter figured out, Jay, man.
Yeah, I was like, so then I had another 50 or so, and then this guy did a video saying I was trash, so I laughed the whole way. I was like, this is great. I didn't watch his video. I said, I'll definitely go on his show if he wants to tell me I'm trash in person. I'm okay with that. Anyways, he said I was trash. So the guy sent the link to the video saying, "Oh, J-Man's an idiot," and the guys like J-Man and all that. Right? I was like, "This is great." Unfortunately, he doesn't have very many subscribers because I thought, "Oh, I get a lot of subscribers out of this." I didn't get any. The guy had like 100. I'm like, "Oh, dude, couldn't someone trash me who's like really high up? Because then the haters of that person will subscribe to me, right?"
Right.
I'll take it however I can get it. If so, you know what I mean. So
That's
anyway.
awesome.
Let's do the enjoyment factor. Obviously, I like Yor more because I have a Facebook group for Yor, and Red Brown is my friend. We visit each other. No, I don't know.
Only if you're American.
Only if I'm American. Yeah, I gotta hide my. I'll do the great green South or something.
You're talking about Captain America himself, there, Jay.
There you
man.
go.
Come on.
Well, he retweets everything that I do. So I love Yor. I think it's a great movie. I think Yor and Space Hunter, which are the final two. I already made the graphic because I knew that was going to happen. I think Yor and Space Hunter represent what are the best representations of what this entire thing was for.
Yeah.
But I like Yor more. Charlie, what do you like more?
It's Yor
yeah.
for sure. And what you just said, the best representation for the fact that we all thought Battle Beyond the Stars was going to be like, that was it. That was like the seed that planted it all. We still kind of get a representation of that side of the space operas with Yor. You know, we still get the representation from there. And Space Hunter is just a little bit more on another side of it, so they're not like perfectly equal. It's not Battle Beyond the Stars versus Yor. We get stuff that we like out of both, and they're slightly different. So looking forward to the finale of this.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome. Steve, what do you like more?
Yor. I've said this before. I consider Outland the quintessential 3-star movie. It's a perfect representation of a 3-star movie. And there's nothing wrong, as we have said over and over and over and over again about a 3-star movie. Your gives me a bit more, and the movie that's going to give me a bit more is going to get my vote. That's it.
Yeah. Sean, what do you like more?
Sean?
Your. It's just more like eventful,
dramatic effect.
Yeah, he was
Sean.
like looking off camera.
He was pondering.
Am I delayed or something? Is weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like looking. You were staring off screen for a solid 5 seconds.
Yeah, we were like, is he looking at his cards? What's going on?
Straight up, man. It was funny.
All right, Yor has won. Woohoo!
He was looking at his signed picture of Sean Connery, pondering how he was supposed to answer his name
silently to it.
Sorry, I'm just playing all the things I have for Yor here.
So
Yor has won.
Sean, what nuggets of wisdom do you have after looking off camera for 5 seconds? Because I'm expecting something great now.
I was looking up My Living Doll. It says volume 1. I don't know if there's other volumes, but yeah. Anyway,
yeah, so that's
Julie
Julie
Newmar show from the 60s. Yeah.
And we all love Julie. She's the best, obviously.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was looking at.
well, like, I don't know. I was looking up stuff throughout this entire stream, yet I still knew what was going on. So
it was just the dramatic pause. I'm glad. I'm glad I'm not the only one that caught that. Steven and I both are like, "Wow, this is going to be great." And he's just
he's like looking off.
He turned slowly, and he's like, "Oh, it's your."
Like freaking masterpiece.
I watch that again.
It was like Billy Blank. No, it was like Jalal Merhi in Expect No Mercy.
Oh God!
Yeah, at least it's over.
Fully waiting for him to just start one of these streams with the chair backwards and spins back around. It is I all along. It's great.
Yeah, Raquel, I'll find you on Twitter. I'll figure it out. Twitter scares me, man. I don't know.
Don't go on. Well, Sean, you go on to that. You want? Yeah, go on.
No, I never really tweet though. That's the thing.
Just don't look up shit that you don't want. Like I don't look at anything political. My Twitter stream is fine. Right. So I'm like, I don't want to see that shit, so I don't look at it. I look for action.
I like reading stuff. I like reading all the tweets, but like I never really say like, "Hey, I'm having pork and beans" or whatever. Whenever people like freaking like tweet, I don't know what the hell.
Please make that your first tweet when you come back. Please, God, I love
people taking a picture of their meals and stuff. It's like, and it's nothing. It's like this isn't a gourmet meal. What the hell?
Mac and cheese.
I literally eat the same thing. My wife eats the same breakfast and lunch every day for about 5 years now. The exact same thing. It's like super boring. Okay, guys, I just got a confirmation. Sean, January 12th, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Tarzan, Legend of Tarzan. I just got the confirmation. I'm going to have the writer of a couple of books. He just confirmed, so I want to announce this now.
Oh, I saw that on your stream. You guys were talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has written 2 books on Tarzan, Tarzan in film. They're on Amazon. So he's coming on to discuss the Legend of Tarzan. So I just got confirmation from him just like 2 seconds ago. Scott Tracy Griffin is his name, and he's been on once before, a long time ago, when I was doing a different kind of show about fans of different heroes and stuff like that. He's the ultimate Tarzan expert. He literally wrote the book on, like, where it's just like, oh, he wrote the book. No, he literally did write the book on Tarzan. so it's like that's happening. So I'm super excited to have him on, and he's going to be a guest on the Days of High Adventure with Sean and I, talking about Legend of Tarzan, which I thought was a wicked movie.
Yeah.
That didn't get enough praise.
Yep. I agree with that.
All right, so Yor has won. I'm going to get to these comments in just a second. I just want to get the graphic up. So here's where we're at now. So guys, next week, same time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Yor versus Space Hunter. If you thought, man, the first stream was the most emotional, this one is crazy because you have my current favorite movie, which is Yor, versus my childhood favorite movie, which is Space Hunter. It's going to be impossible. I'm going to have to really, you guys are going to, I'm going to probably just go last on every category, and you're going to have to try to convince me because I don't know. I honestly don't know. My next poster trip, I'm getting all the Space Hunter stuff, the poster, the program, the lobby cards. I've got it all set up, ready to go. I'm gonna just go pick it up. My wife's grabbing some Hobbit posters, so it's like I know exactly what I'm gonna get. I'm super pumped, Steve. If you want to tag along, or if you want to me to grab you something, let me know.
Yeah,
but
I need that Brothers Grimm.
You need the Brothers Grimm, right? Yeah. So I'm definitely doing that. So I can't wait for next week. It's gonna be crazy. And then after that, we'll take a break for Christmas, and then we'll come back, and we might do just a couple of random verses. I might do a few, and Charlie, you can come to those too. Like I might do I was gonna do like Swamp Thing versus Return of Swamp Thing, or I was gonna do like RoboCop 2 versus RoboCop 3. Like I would do RoboCop 1 because everyone knows 2. Yeah. Oh, we're all getting it at the same time. Wow.
Amber Alert.
Amber Alert, guys. Let's take a look here.
I didn't get it.
Oh no, Ontario, man.
You did that before, Charlie.
I don't know.
Wrong country, dude.
Wrong country, Charlie.
We have Amber Alerts, damn it.
So that's gonna be next week.
Wow.
So let's take a look here. So yeah, officially that's it. You're one. I'll take a few minutes. We'll go through these comments, then we'll probably end off there. So okay, so Tubi, it's called My Living Doll 1964. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch that. I've heard of that anyways. I like Julie Newmar, obviously, so I'm gonna check that out. Raquel, you guys, Sean, you can let me know what your thing is. We could all tweet. We're the cutest people. Oh, thank you. Oh yes, I will. I will. I've got a graphic. I wanted to. I didn't want to send it out because I wasn't sure if he was coming or not. So I was like, I didn't want to do it. Yeah, Swamp Thing. I've got the Return of Swamp Thing poster. I love Return of Swamp Thing, but I've got both Swamp Thing. I have every Swamp Thing there is, almost all the toys. Original toy line. I've got the cartoon series. I've got the television series. The Kenner. Yeah. The old television series, it's 2 or 3 seasons. I got all of that. And even the
USA Network. Yeah.
And the new Swamp Thing that was just a 1 season thing, which I thought was very good. Yeah. And I've got the movies, and I've got all of Alan Moore's hardcovers. Swamp Thing's like one of my favorites. Alan Moore Swamp Thing's probably my favorite comic, but friggin' Legion of Superheroes is like shit. It's like Swamp Thing's like, oh shit, Legion's right behind me. Which is crazy. Legion, I can't believe how much I've gotten into Legion of Superheroes.
I've got some Vertigo Swamp Things floating around.
Yeah, those are the ones. Those are all good.
Man, they get dark in those. Yeah.
Yeah, check and see if it's Alan Moore, because Alan Moore he started with issue 21 or something, and it's
Let's see which ones it is I have.
It's 21 to something. I don't remember the number.
I got like a handful of them because I had got like this box that had like Extremist in it, and all these other like DC Vertigos. You're reading it like I shouldn't be reading these comic books.
Right. Yeah, Rick, I'm a super Swamp Thing fan, but only the Alan Moore Swamp Thing. But also I've got the toys are all over there. You can't see them. They're on a different camera. The posters behind, I think it's behind I have posters where I can flip them. So I've got Coming Soon and Now Playing. It's a whole thing. Like you see, like this poster here, this is laminated, right? But the ones behind me that you can't really see, they're like in a sheet, and I can put Coming Soon or Now Playing, so I can flip them. So I've got Alan Quatermain and the Lost City of Gold, which is my favorite poster. I've got the Your poster, but I can flip them with Highlander 2, and I've got Swamp Thing, and behind me I've got Exterminator 2. And behind that's Mad Max, and I've got Road Warrior behind Ghost Town, and there is this one is Temple of Doom behind, and in front is Police Academy 4. I've got 150 movie posters.
That's a lot.
Yeah, all originals. Yeah. Okay, so let's check the poll. I didn't check the poll. Oh my gosh, I didn't check the poll. Okay, so we've got 50% for Space Hunter, 33% for Yor, and 17% for Space Raiders.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm going to end the poll there. So nobody voted for Outland. I think the thing is that these other movies, like as I was saying, like these are the perfect 2 movies to have to end this.
Yeah, I'm not upset the Outland's not in there. It's just you gotta give it props where it does deserve it, though, and it's in the top 4 for a reason.
Yeah.
It's the reverse of everything else of this grand scheme of space. Like there are bright and colorful operas, there are some very dark and depressing operas, and that's where Outland comes in.
And then there's this one.
And then there's 10 years after World War IV. That's right. It's the most depressing time in human history.
All right,
so watch Strange Brew, man.
I know. I need to find that.
I'll share it with. I'll see if I can share it. I'll share it. It's jokes. Like it's
a funny,
It's fun. I mean, I think some people don't like it. They're being weird. But all right, Raquel, thanks. Take it easy. We're gonna be logging off soon.
See you, Raquel.
Yep, we're about done.
Take care.
All right, so let me put a few links up here just so we do have the links in the chat. The links are in the description as well, but I'm just gonna start putting those on there right now. And let's do Action Elite's YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And let's do yours. Oh, and Charlie, we got to do a thing where I'm gonna help you get your group set up here.
Yeah, we need to.
So you can have like a more better name for it. But
yeah,
here's the link, guys.
/group, but
yeah,
it'll get you everywhere else you need to do.
Yeah, so all these links here that I'm posting, this will give you a direct, but they're also in the description of the video.
Yeah,
which people do know that. So
I need to build a link tree or something. That way, it has like all the stuff for like the podcast and the groups and shit. I
have it on a notepad. I just copy paste it.
Yeah. Well, link tree is where you just send one link and then every link is underneath it when you click on that.
Yeah.
I think Nate made one, but I don't have it, so we'll figure it out.
I don't know how to do any of that stuff. Haven't seen in years. Which one?
Speed? I was gonna get the Blu-ray for that, but
I haven't seen that.
Let's take a look. Price. It's another Indiana Jones ripoff thing.
Oh yes, I've seen this cover before.
Yeah,
I know it. All right, so I was thinking we're gonna do fantasy because there's also Indiana Jones ripoffs as well.
Yeah,
there's Indiana Jones ripoff. There's indie exploitation. There's Mad Max Maxploitation, and there's like I guess cheesy fantasy. I was thinking fantasy. If goes in line with like what Sean and I are already doing with the Days of High Adventure,
right?
If you guys are cool with that, I mean we'll figure.
I'm fine
out.
with that. Yeah.
And I'm hoping on the Action Elite we can do some. I want to do a James Bond tier ranking. But for here, I might do. I'd like to do a tier ranking either of just MCU stuff or maybe even horror stuff.
Yeah,
would not be too bad. I like horror franchises, so not each individual movie or whatever.
Right.
And Owen from the Action Elite just posted his Hellraiser list. He ranked all the Hellraiser movies. We're very close on our ranking. So it's pretty close. So he's posted on the Facebook group, which you can get to through the links and stuff.
Yep.
That's pretty much it, guys. Do you have anything else left to say on any topic that you want to talk about that's not Jennifer Lawrence or
well, I'm out.
Maybe you're out. Yeah.
I'm out. No. Not looking forward and yet looking forward to next Friday.
Yes, I'm like, this is gonna be crazy now. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm gonna go last on every. Charlie, you gonna go second last?
Second to last, because we know it's gonna be torture for both of us on this one. I may be drinking on that one. I haven't drank in a while. I was drinking on the first one. Charlie got really loud at the end of Kroll versus so we'll see if I bring that same energy next Friday. And just because I don't know what to cheer for half the time.
I don't know on the I mean, I think one of them might be considered the better movie, but I think I like the other one more. So I don't know. This is so tough. This is going to be tough because it's everything I stand for. It's like I stand for fun, exciting, just have a good time. But I also stand for, look, movies are important. You got to try hard. You can't just make a bunch of shit on a screen and hope it works. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like it's like
yeah, but both of these kind of fit in one category, Jay. Man, they're both fun and I enjoy it. And I want just
they both
watch it. Yeah.
I think they both fit, but
yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. So, Jake Speed, I watched it. I will find that. I'll find it. Next up on the docket, though, I just finished Neon Maniacs. That was for You Could Not Be Reached. For Raquel, I got to finish Colossus, the Corbin Project, I think is what it was called. I have it. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It's a
The
70s
Forbidden Project, right?
Forbidden Project. No. It's called Forbidden Project.
Oh yeah.
It's called Forbidden. I'm positive.
I feel like I've seen that or another Project one.
Yeah, no, it's called it's called Colossus: The Forbidden Project.
The Forbidden Project.
Yep. I don't know if there's a guy named Forbin in it, but I love sci-fi movies, obviously, but 70s ones, like,
yeah,
it's just that look to me.
They're bleak as shit, but yeah, they're
love,
great.
like, it's just awesome. I've got to watch that. And we're starting the Gammas. We finished all the Godzilla movies. We're starting Gamma, and then this weekend I'm also going to watch Crabs, so I can review that. I'm super pumped for that. And then in a couple of weeks, I'm bringing Psycho Gorman over to Steve's place to get him indoctrinated into the Psycho Gorman. I swear to God, like, I think, like, I mean, the little girl, I've never wanted to, like, smash someone so badly in my life. And it's like, I despised her, but yet she's genius.
Because you cannot have the movie without her, and you want to stomp her on a curb.
Yes,
but you have to have her.
Yes,
it's so weird and infuriating. So weird. And when you watch it, you'll be like, "Yep, I get it. I totally get it." Yeah,
like, I despised her. Like, I'm like, I want this character to die so bad, but then I'm like, but she's kind of funny too sometimes. But then also, like, that you need this. It's like so weird. I don't know. I can't explain. I didn't review.
She's the anchor. She's the anchor in the movie.
She's the anchor.
Pretty much, you just have to understand that watching
it. You just have to. It's just like they presented the most despicable child character ever, and then you're forced to be with them the whole movie. Yeah, and you're like, I don't know what to do. But, like, Psycho Gorman himself is hilarious. Like, he's the best. And, like, that council of aliens, they're like this count. Every one of those aliens could have been its own movie. Like, they're so cool. Oh man!
Don't spoil it for Steven. There's so much, Steven. You're in for a treat.
Oh, I haven't even begun to spoil. Like, the neighborhood. I spoiled the neighborhood kid to Sean because I couldn't stop laughing. That one scene where he's like, he goes, "Do you think this will ever happen?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "What is this movie?" It's like, stop it. Stop doing this. What is going on? I just freaking crying my eyes out. He's at the dinner table. I'm like, this is the most outrageous, like, dinner table scene ever made. This is so good. Okay, so I didn't review it. I can't review Psycho Gorman. Like, what am I going to say? Like, there's nothing to review.
It's unreviewable.
It's unreviewable. Like, what am I supposed to say?
This is an enjoy or didn't enjoy.
Right. Period. This is it's 10 out of 10 or it's 0.
Exactly.
Like, you'll just be like this.
There is no like, you can't do that with Psycho Gorman. No.
Right. This is right. It's like, are you a Slayer fan? Or not? Like, there's no casual Slayer.
You don't just casually go, "Oh, I feel like a little bit of Slayer today." No, it's either Slayer.
Right.
I can't. It's so scary. I can't listen to it.
Yeah, there's no casual Terrifier fans. It's like, oh, okay, I guess. Like, no, you're either this is the most sickening thing of all time, or this is like a masterpiece. So I'm saying Psycho Gorman's a masterpiece, and Terrifier, and Slayer. All right, guys. I think that'll be it then. Hopefully we'll see you guys on Tuesday. We're doing the Wrestling Talks next time. That's next time I'm live. But if not, then 1 week for the finale of the Space Opera tournament. So it's going to be good. All right, guys. Thank you. Take it easy.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.